I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello. Okay, sir, can you hear
I
me
can
now?
hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Network's a little bit slow. I don't know what the problem is. You're breaking.
Okay.
I can hear you, but it's your movement is shaky. Can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? Your reply is very slow. Your reply is slow.
Yep, I can hear you. I can actually now, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay.
I don't know if
I can hear you, but your reply is slow.
I can even hear you again. Okay, I think I can.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we should begin by let me see.
Yes. I can hear you now perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can't even wait. So let me see. Let me create this before so that it doesn't see. Okay.
Now I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. I cannot hear you at all. No, I cannot hear you. Would you want me to use AirPods instead?
Now.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Hear you. Hear me.
I don't know what.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Now I can not hear you anymore. I cannot hear you anymore. I cannot hear you anymore. I can't hear you. This is a tricky one. Can you hear me at all? I'm trying to test my speakers as well. I think it's working. Can you hear me? Hold on. Hold on. I can't hear you, so hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Okay. Now we're on the same page. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really so sorry about the old delay.
I don't know what the problem is today, but hopefully we can get it done. Looking
Yes, sir.
forward to
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay,
No
okay. So
problem.
let me officially introduce Mr. Martins. So I met Mr. Martins online, and I went through his profile. I'm like, wow, this is really nice to have someone like Mr. Martins join us. So we sent an invite, and then it's a great privilege to have him here today. We were meant to have this yesterday, but we had an issue with the network, so we have him here today. So I'm going to let him have the floor now while he speaks on the topic of how to recognize opportunity. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. I followed your work for a while now, and I think we first spoke last year, the later part of last year. I think sometime around November
Yes,
or
last year.
thereabout. And since then, I've followed your work. I've seen the type of stuff you do, bringing young people together, and letting them know about a lot of ways they can improve on different aspects of their life. And basically, I'm also interested in doing something like that. Inspiring the next generation of leaders. We are pretty young as well, so we have a lot on our shoulders to improve on the current state of leadership in our country. So, whichever way we have to improve this leadership bar that is currently set is always something that I'm happy to put in my energy and my work. So, my name is Martins Hizujarebun. I'm a businessman. I graduated mechanical engineering and also doing a program in trade as well. I've dedicated the last few years of my life into trade relationship between Turkey and Nigeria, and also in extension other African countries as well. We have made a huge progress in the aspect of trade and commerce between these two continents, and we aspire to do a lot more in the next couple of years. We have tons of plans which will be unfolding in the near future, and I'm sure I'll be happy for you all to be part of it. So our goal at the end of the day is to empower young entrepreneurs, young minds who want to move forward to the next level. And that's why when Mr. Yamo came up with this idea of talking about how to recognize opportunity, it is a very good one, because for everyone out there who's growing up, one of the things that we strive to want to understand is, how do we get a chance? Everyone want to get a chance. Everyone want to get a shot at life, on how to improve themselves and go to the next level. How do we get our own shot at life? That was one of the most worrying thing for me when I was growing up, because growing up, I wasn't the very opportune kind of person. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, and I wasn't. My parents weren't ultra rich. And one of the things I always worried about is, when will I have my chance? When will I have my opportunity to be like those people that I admire, and those people that I see, and those people that I dream to be like? But the truth is, sometimes as individuals, we have to create our own opportunities. We have to create our own luck. It's funny when people think, they just have to sit down and relax and things will come around and favor them. In rare occasions, it might happen like that, but most of the time, we have to generate the kind of opportunities that we wish to see. We have to work hard, which include putting in the amounts of work that we want to put in, the hard work, and all those ingredients. So today, first of all, I want to open with, what is opportunity? I know we have limited time, so I won't take so much time. What is opportunity? Opportunity is a favorable set of circumstances that presents a chance for advancement, for improvement and for success. So whatever presents that opportunity for you to go from point A to point B, where point B is better than your point A, is an opportunity. So this is what we all crave for. If you ask anyone in the slum of Nigeria or in the streets of whatever city in Africa, they will tell you that I just need one chance. I just need one opportunity. I just need one nudge to push me to where I want to be. One of the things that I struggled to understand while I was growing up with is a phrase that they usually say, opportunity comes but once. But shockingly, opportunity doesn't come just once. There are several chances across your lifetime that you can take charge of to move from that point that you are to the point that you wish to be. But how do you recognize these opportunities? How do you see? How do you create this opportunity? How do you make opportunities that from nothing? You know, sometimes people think, okay, yes, I have to move abroad to have an opportunity, a shot at life. You necessarily don't have to move your physical space. There are opportunities that can be created within that location. Someone once told me that in good situations and in bad situations, opportunities are always generated that make people for the next generation. Let me repeat that. For every situation, for every circumstances, good or bad, there's always opportunities that create the next set of leaders for the next generation. So take, for example, there is war in your country. As bad as it sounds, it is an opportunity for someone to rise up to be a hero. That is just the fact. So whether it's a good situation or a bad situation, take, for example, COVID-19 made a lot of billionaires. You ask me how. Number one, suddenly people have demand for masks. That would not have happened if there wasn't COVID-19. So whatever situation that comes around, be it bad or good, there's always a chance to make it big out of such situations. So recognizing opportunities is an essential part of for every individual seeking personal and professional growth. If you are seeking any form of growth as an individual, you have to find a way to create an opportunity. Opportunity can manifest in different forms, including new business, new ideas, personal development, whatever you see. Opportunity can come in different ways. So for you as an individual, you have to first figure out, how do you identify these opportunities where they come? Years ago, I was really hoping to, do something different. For Nigerians who live abroad, we have this, a lot of stigma that's attached to us. And we wanted to create something different. I had this goal in me. I want to create a new image. But how do you create that image? You have to put yourself in positions. So for an individual that wants to become great, you can't be sleeping at home every day and expect a change. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to start putting yourself in those positions you want to see. So take, for example, yesterday we had an opportunity from one of our partners who wanted to employ someone for a job. And I live in Turkey. The language that the official language of this country is Turkish. So a lot of Nigerians, when they come outside the country, they find it hard to want to learn the language. They feel like they don't need it because they don't really do business or they don't associate too much with the locals. But trust me, my father used to tell me long time ago, one language is one man, two languages is two men. It opens you to a whole lot of opportunities. I studied mechanical engineering, but today I'm doing business. Not because I wasn't good with mechanical engineering. It's because at the end of the day, I found something I'm passionate about, I want to do, and I want to advance my life towards that direction. You never can tell what opportunities can arise from. So you have to be prepared at every different level to be able to take advantage of anything that comes your way. So just because this lady knew how to speak the language, they didn't ask her for a certificate, they didn't ask her for her results, she immediately got a job. That is just one example of how opportunity can place you in a place where you necessarily are not supposed to be. You just have to be prepared. So how are ways where you can be able to identify opportunities? You have to develop awareness. If you are not aware, you cannot understand how opportunities can come and pass. You have to educate yourself on how to be aware, to take charge of responsibilities when they come. If you are unaware of how opportunities appear, you can never be able to take charge. Ignorance, when you're ignorant about something, you don't know how to take advantage of it. That's why there's a popular saying that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Why? Because you are ignorant. If you are not ignorant of some kind of opportunities, when they come across your way, you will not be able to take charge of them. So at every time in your life, you have to be mentally smart, mentally sharp to be able to take advantage of opportunities. So secondly, identifying problems. Like I said before, every situation in life always has opportunities that come with it. You might not want to see it that way, but it's true. As an individual, every problem you solve in this world gives you a chance to be able to make it big in business, in life generally. So I was listening to somebody speak a few moments ago before this program started, and the person said, for any good startup that wants to succeed, you have to first identify the problem you want to solve. If not, you will not be able to direct that startup or whatever you want to do. The vision will not be clear enough to want to solve the problems. So first, study the problems that are arising around you. There's always an opportunity. Opportunity often stem from identifying problems and addressing those problems. I was speaking with someone the other day, and I was telling him, normally I've cultivated, a behavior, an attitude that when I am in a gathering of people who are bigger than me, who are higher than me, I don't bring up the issue of what can I profit. I bring up the issue of what can I bring to the table. You have to be able to bring something to the table. And I told him, I said, one day, after bringing so much value to the table, there will be an empty seat at the table, and I will be able to sit. He told me, no, that's not how you see it. When you bring so much value to a table, it comes a time, even if there's no vacant seat on the table, you will drag a seat and sit down comfortably in the table. And that sparked something in my head, letting you know that sometimes you have to create an opening where there is none. You don't have to wait for opportunities to come glaring in your face. There are opportunities that can be created when you can identify problems. So identify problem has become a skill set that every individual should possess, and not just identify that problem, find a way to provide solutions. That's what makes you unique. Another way of creating an opportunity is very crucial, is networking and collaboration. I have one partner that always says this, always strikes on the fact that you have to network and collaborate. One of the core values that I have as an individual in business is the ability to collaborate and partner with different individuals, with businesses, with different companies and people, government officials, parastatals. You have to collaborate. A tree doesn't make a forest. There is so much value you can bring as a person when you collaborate and network with other people, like minds. There's even in the Bible, it says, iron sharpeneth iron. You never can know all. No man is a forest. You have to be able to network and collaborate to bring bigger value. And then there's continuous learning. As an individual, the day you stop learning is the day you die. If you don't learn, you cannot take advantage of opportunities. And I don't mean just school. School is very crucial, but also out there in the real world, you have to keep educating yourself. You have to keep learning as a person. I hear a lot of people say school is scam. You don't need to go to school. I am here to tell you, surely you need to go to school, because every time opportunity arises, you have to be prepared. You have to train yourself. There's a lot of there's jobs online, on LinkedIn, on whatever platform you look for a job. They tell you have to have this criteria, this year of experience. How do you take charge of that opportunity? You start preparing yourself from before then. You have to educate yourself. You have to get the right skills so that when the opportunity arrives, you take charge of it. I told somebody a long time ago, I said, when an idea is being dropped into you, just assume that idea is being dropped into 1,000 people. It's whoever moves fast that takes advantage of that idea. That's just the truth. So at the end of the day, you try as much as possible to be prepared before the opportunity arrives. That's just the truth. If not, you will not be able to take charge. So every opportunity you have at studying, learning, improving yourself, you have to try to take advantage of it. That's how you can take opportunities as soon as they arrive, because opportunities doesn't wait. It goes. And if you're lucky, you might have another chance, but you have to be prepared. And then I move to flexibility. Flexibility and adaptability. As an individual, you have to be flexible at every given time. You have to know how to adapt. I see a lot of people complaining that there's too much cold in Canada, there's too much cold in the UK, there's too much this. Complaints has never been able to help anyone. You can't keep complaining. Nigeria is bad. We're speaking with some of our partners, or we're trying to get them to Turkey for something. And then we're telling them there's so much inflation in Turkey at this point in time. And they told us there is no need to complain about inflation, because in every part of the world right now, there is a problem, one problem or the other. You have to learn how to adapt to the conditions around you to be able to. If you keep complaining as an individual, you will never be able to find that spot, that sweet spot where opportunities can locate you. You have to adapt and you have to be flexible. I meet a lot of people in Nigeria every day that tells me they can never ever leave Nigeria because there's so much they are profiting from the same country where other people are complaining. So you have to understand what exactly is the problem. The truth is that those people have been able to adapt to the society, have been able to take charge of their surroundings and are attracting opportunities. That's just the truth. Then I move to number 6, analyzing trends and patterns. If you ask anyone who is in crypto these days, how do they take advantage of their crypto? I'm not a crypto enthusiast, but even you ask them, how do people take advantage of the crypto market? They analyze trends and patterns. That is just what crypto is about. If you are very good at analyzing trends and patterns, trust me, you will make it in crypto. Of course, you have to lose some sleep as well, but definitely that's how it comes. So as an individual, you have to acquire a skill. But at the end of the day, this is what will help you identify opportunities before. You have to learn. Someone told me nothing is new. People recycle ideas from the past. Look at the fashion world. The fashion world thrives on trends and patterns, and none of them is new. People bring these trends and patterns from years before, from the 80s, from the 70s. People recycle it. So you have to learn. You have to know how to identify this trend has happened before. And whatever trend brings new opportunities, just like a wave. A wave comes, I think way back then in school, we learned about wavelengths. Wave comes in trends and patterns. There's the highs, there's the lows. You have to be able to identify when the lows and when is the high. That's why a crypto trader knows when to sell and when to buy. It's just the same as the stock market. You know, a few days ago, I was looking at the stock market, and I heard that in December 2023, the leader, was she the leader or the former Speaker of the House of Representatives of the United States, bought stock of NVIDIA at December 2023, $2 million worth of stock, NVIDIA stocks. And give it 3 months later, NVIDIA stocks has grown a huge amount since then. How was she able to identify this? Of course, she's working with smart people. But the truth is that you as an individual, this information is publicly available to every individual. So if you are smart enough as an individual, you identify these people who have traded closely and trade with them as well. So I'll move quickly. Feedback. You have to be able to ask for feedback on how to move, and mindful risk-taking. This is the last one I'll say. You have to take risk as an individual. That's the truth. And if you want to take risk, you have to take it carefully. No businessman, you hear them say, as a businessman, you have to take risk. No businessman takes risk that's not calculated. You have to take calculated risk as an weigh factors, opportunities, carefully look at the feasibility. All the businesses we are introducing to the African market, the first thing we do is feasibility studies. Very important. Then the last one is embracing failure. If anyone tells you they don't fail, it's a lie. We all fail, but we learn from our failures to improve our lives and improve ourselves so that when the next opportunity comes, we can take advantage of it. So that's my very short presentation for today. I hope it teaches someone.
So what's
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much.